Finals number 10, Damon Wright, Wrighteouswear. Right now, we'd like to welcome Damon Wright with Wrighteouswear to the stage. Wrighteouswear exists to inspire believers to boldly live out their faith through high-quality, faith-centered apparel and accessories. Premium quality for a practical price to take the church beyond the walls. Ladies and gentlemen, Damon Wright.
Well, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Damon Wright, and I'm the owner of Wrighteouswear. It's a Christian apparel brand just located right here in Fallen Waters, West Virginia. Two of the greatest commandments are love God with everything and love people. And that's part of the reason why I started my company. I started it during the summer of 2020, and of course we all know the chaos that was going on at that point. And the reason I started it was because I saw the church really wasn't being the church. Unfortunately, too many people were angry and upset, and all upset about wording. A lot of people saying Black Lives Matter. So I made a shirt that says, your life matters to me and to God. Because that's the message that as Christians we need to be portraying. So my company is rooted in biblical principles. So we don't want to have generic designs. I don't want to have a shirt that says, I love Jesus, but I curse a little. No, I don't want you to curse a little. If you're wearing my clothes, please don't do that. You know, I want you to be displaying Christ. I know we all make mistakes, we all mess up. But my also clothes, they're not cheap materials. They're not clothes that you're going to buy, and then when you wash it, they're going to shrink from an extra large to a small. And they're not going to be pricey. I don't have anything on my site as far as clothes that's over $46. So you're not going to have a $50 t-shirt that's got all this stuff on it. I want to put as many shirts in as many people's drawers and on their bodies as possible so that they can display Christ. Well, I don't like that. That's not mine. That's the next person. But I'll just keep on talking. Learned from my father, that's a preacher, that just keep on going no matter what happens. So one thing that my company does is we ship our products quickly. So for my apparel, if you order, it's just the same day or the very next day, because I wanted to get to you as fast as possible. The Christian market is, just in America, is an $8 billion business in the faith-based industry. I know a lot of people, you may remember Lifeway Books that was in Hagerstown. Right now, there's no Christian bookstore or Christian store in this area where you can purchase Christian apparel. You have to go online or something like that. So my ultimate goal is ultimately to have a storefront and to get my products into retail stores. Right now, I'm talking Hagerstown about putting my products in some of their booths. So my competitive advantage is I'm quick to change. One thing, I'm going to give this to the judges here. When I first started, I had a model called Apparel on Demand, where a fulfillment company would fulfill everything. And it was pretty bad. I hated the quality, I hated the way it looked, it was very cheap feeling, and so I partnered with some local companies to help me out. Like everything, prices started to go up. And I have not changed my prices in 5 years. The same prices in 2020 are the same prices you're going to find today. I'm not trying to get rich, I'm trying to enrich people. I want them to share their witness, share their testimony as easily as possible. My sales, right now, I'm doing maybe 6 to 8 events a year because my company, we believe the Sabbath is Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. So I don't do any business. I don't answer emails, I don't put up videos unless they're already pre-scheduled. I take a break and I go to church, I rest, spend time with family, pray, and do all those things to prepare for the 6 days that God gave me to work. And I do work all 6 days, as my wife will tell you, and sometimes complain. But when I win, I want to purchase an embroidery machine so I can make more caps. I can do things more for churches and different other groups. Over the summer, I had the opportunity to make over 50 shirts for a church celebrating their 150th anniversary. And that was my first bulk order doing something like that. It was a great learning experience. And I really learned a lot from that. Right now, I do everything. I ship everything. That is me. I do it all. And I want to try to get away from that. So I'm trying to have somebody help me with marketing and making more TikTok videos, and it's just me being in TikTok videos, Instagram videos. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work. So I do enjoy what I do. I want to thank all of my customers, all of my family. They've been my greatest supporters, and all of the people that have come to the fairs and all the different events that I've had so much positive feedback, and I really want to say thank you to so many people. One of the designs that I did also want to make is God has a purpose for you. We have a huge mental health crisis in our schools and in our country, and I want people to remember that God has a purpose for them, and He cares about you, and I want the people that are wearing them to show that. So that's why I started this company, and I'm praying that it will continue to grow year after year as it already has. Thank you.
So, well, first of all, the world needs all kinds of different people, so, so thank you for being you, and thanks for carrying your message forward, because your message is important. It's important to you, it's important to others around you, so I wanted to say. My only, kind of pushback here a little, and it's just going to sound a little bit critical, but I'm pushing on you because I'm impressed by you. You are everything in that company, and your designs are really unique and cool. However, everybody does this. So what's going to set you apart from the next guy?
I think the thing that's going to set me apart is, one, my ability to change. Because I'm doing more in-house, and my goal is to hire somebody to help me, is that I don't want to just do things based on trends. These trends, they fade. The Word of God doesn't change. So everything will be rooted in that. If I do that, I'll be okay. If I've been doing this long, and like I said, I have a full-time job, and I do this also, so I'm working a lot of hours, which is fine, because God gives me strength, and I'm okay with that. So I think what sets me apart is I'm sticking to my principles. I'm not going to do things just to make money. If I was going to do that, I would be making a ton of money right now, because I'm doing so many different events and doing so many other things, but it's not what it's about.
And I know you had talked about getting into some local businesses and things like that with your product. Do you have any prospects with that? Or
Yes,
how many
the Truly Local at the Hagerstown Mall, I'm waiting for a reply to set up a booth there, and I'm sending feelers out to some other companies. So that's going to be my main goal for next year, to try to get my products in stores, because now that I'm making them, I have a very quick turnaround where I can fulfill orders and make sure that they're stocked with everything I'm selling.
So besides apparel, what other items do you carry, and what does that look like, scalability?
Well, I also partner with filming companies, so I have shoes, I have phone cases, I have tote bags, mugs, canvas art, stickers, magnets. I've got all kinds of things. But in-house, mainly is the apparel, and my stickers, magnets are my main in-house things I have. But I have a filming company that ships it right to people's homes right now. Oh, one thing, since I got a few seconds, I do want to say it's been wonderful dealing with all the other competitors. We have had a wonderful time. We even got to pray a few minutes ago before, in the middle of all this. So it's been wonderful. So win or lose, we're all winners. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I thank all my competitors as well.